Hey up, I'm the Yorkshire Time Lord, and this is my review of Doctor Who Redacted. Okay, so for those who don't know, Doctor Who Redacted is a 10-part series by the producer Ella Watts, and it's a 10-part audio production on BBC Sounds, starring Jodie Whittaker as a Doctor, alongside podcasters Abby, Shauna and Cleo. And I hugely enjoyed this series. It's such a strong concept, seeing as three podcasters doing a podcast within the Doctor Who universe called the Blue Box Files, and sort of listening to them investigating various mysterious appearances by the Doctor and the Blue Box across the Doctor Who universe. They're basically a bit similar to Linda in that fashion, although I do prefer them to Linda, because I found Linda a bit annoying, whereas these three podcasters, I think they're really engaging, they're really enjoyable to listen to, and they're such great characters as well. Yeah, I think we learn quite a bit about the three podcasters throughout the series. We get a bit of an aspect of Cleo's past with the Doctor, how she met the Doctor as a child with her dad. Her and her dad were investigating this alien egg, which resulted in her dad's death. So, that kind of explains how she's immune to the psychic virus, because basically her brain is acting as a barrier, blocking it out, which is a really clever explanation. And, we also get an aspect of their personalities as well. Cleo seems a bit more reluctant, she's not as confident in her abilities, and I don't think she realises just how amazing she is, because she is amazing. And she is able, she is capable of doing some, extraordinary things. But she doesn't seem to realise that. Whereas I think that, Shauna and Abby are a lot more confident and outgoing. Especially Abby, who joins UNIT, which creates quite a rift between, Shauna, Cleo and Abby. And I think that's a great aspect of the show as well. It creates this really kind of war and human drama between the three of them, and we get this aspect of a shadier sort of aspect to UNIT. We see a shadier aspect to UNIT because they meet these more sort of these sort of less likable individuals within UNIT before they meet Osgood and Kate, which is really great because it means we get to meet the rougher aspects of the UNIT top secret organisation. Before they actually meet the more amenable Osgood and Kate. So, I think that's great because it really does give us, a slightly different edge to UNIT, and it shows, how people can develop more of a negative, a more negative viewpoint of UNIT and the stuff that they get up to. Because they aren't all like Osgood and Kate, and some of them, are a bit sort of rougher around the edges and are a bit more questionable with some of the actions that they take. We see that in the classic series with a Brigadier, who, whilst a great character and who is very, very loyal to a Doctor, does do some terrible things, such as blowing up the Silurians in Doctor Who and the Silurians. So it's great that they do explore that aspects of UNIT, and they do challenge some of UNIT's core beliefs and core values. But yeah, speaking of Osgood and UNIT, it's great to see some past characters return and reprising their characters from the show. We also get Neve McIntosh as Madame Vastra, Jilly Mahindra as Rani Chandra, and we also get Finlay Robertson as Larry Nightingale as well. So yeah, we get to see all these great past characters return, and it's amazing that they agreed to come back like they did. It creates this really solid connection between Doctor Who Redacted and the main show, which does, really work to sell it as part of the same universe. And, we also see, basically a more sort of everyday viewpoint from, basically people who a Doctor has encountered, who are quite as important to a Doctor's life. So we meet a Doctor from Royal Hope Hospital, and we, get to hear him talk about his experiences in Smith and Jones when the hospital disappeared, and we meet Penny, the journalist from Smith and Jones, and her sort of experience with adipose industries and the Doctor and Donna's adventures within adipose industries. So it's great to hear a more everyday viewpoint there, and we get a greater sense of how that impacts somebody from a more personal level, which is really great to hear. And Jodie Whittaker is really great in the show as well. She does a really great job at evoking her character in the audio form without the visual aid, and she's just really, really good. She really, really, takes to audio like a duck out of water, and it really makes me hope that we get some more audio content with her, either through Big Finish or through audio sounds. She's really, really great at audio, and I think she'd be utterly fantastic if she did some more. The psychic virus is really incorporated quite well into this audio production. It's a really clever idea to have this virus that affects people on a psychological level, so they just believe that they're in this wintry landscape and they're actually not. And it essentially puts the Doctor on a bit of a back foot, because it means that she can't reason with a virus, and it also means that the people that she's inspired, that becomes more of a weapon rather than a positive aspect. So it essentially weaponises the way that the Doctor tends to influence people, which it's really great the way that it places the Doctor in a situation where she can't resolve it the way she normally would. And I love the solution to it as well, that the day is saved through a Doctor Who podcast. Only Doctor Who could pull off something like that, like the day being saved through an audio podcast. Really, really great resolution. And it's great to see this audio drama using something that only Doctor Who can do. You really wouldn't be able to get away with that in any other show. I also love this alien called the Floater that's introduced, which is basically because we weren't allowed to use K9. I think the Floater's a really, really cute species, and I hope we get to see that in the future. There is a tease at the end with Madame Vastra giving the Floater to Cleo, so it does seem that they are teasing the prospects of the Floater appearing in other in other sort of audio productions. So I really hope we either get a second series or we get a Big Finish spin-off. That would be really, really great to see, and I really hope we get a follow-up, because this series has been absolutely fantastic. Anyway, what do you think about Doctor Who Redacted? Have you been enjoying it? Don't forget to let me know in the comment section below. And if you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.